Step outside the wall.
This is outside the wall. Outside the wall.
Welcome to Outside the Walls, where we explore the invisible barriers that quietly shape our lives and discover the freedom waiting on the other side, one conversation at a time. If you've ever watched a baseball game, you've seen the on-deck circle. The next batter stands there taking practice swings, stretching, getting loose, preparing for his moment. And that's exactly where he's supposed to be, for a little while. But imagine if he never left the on-deck circle. Imagine if inning after inning he kept taking practice swings, but never stepped into the batter's box. At some point, his teammates would wonder, what in the heck is he waiting for? The pitcher is ready, the umpire is waiting, the crowd is watching. The game is moving on without him. And as ridiculous as that sounds in baseball, I wonder how many of us are living our lives exactly that way. Always preparing, always planning, always thinking, always waiting. We convince ourselves that one more week, one more class, one more reason will finally make us ready. But what if the greatest obstacle in our lives isn't failure? What if it's waiting? Today's invisible wall isn't built with bricks, it's built with delay. It's the wall of waiting. Most of us don't think of ourselves as people who procrastinate. We think of ourselves as responsible. We want to make the right decision. We want to have enough money, enough experience, enough confidence, enough certainty. So we wait. The problem is that life doesn't wait with us. The calendar keeps turning, opportunities come and go, our kids grow up, and our health changes. The years keep moving, whether we do or not. Sometimes the biggest risk isn't making the wrong decision. Sometimes it's making no decision at all. And there's a phrase that you've probably heard before, paralysis by analysis. Sometimes we become so focused on making the perfect decision that we never make one at all. As I thought about this wall, I kept coming back to three simple observations. Number one, waiting often disguises fear. Very few of us wake up and say, I'm scared. Instead, we tell ourselves, I just need a little more time. I need to learn a little more. I'll start after this busy season. And I've caught myself saying these. Maybe you have too. They do sound responsible, and sometimes they are. Sometimes we disguise fear, though, with good-sounding reasons. Fear rarely announces itself. It quietly convinces us that tomorrow will somehow feel different than today. The truth, tomorrow often feels exactly like today until we decide to move. Number two, some lessons only become visible once you're moving. One of the biggest lies we believe is that certainty comes before action. In reality, some lessons only become visible once you're moving. Think about a baseball player preparing for a game. He studies the scouting report, he watches film, he spends hours in the batting cage. All of that preparation does matter, but eventually the scouting report ends and the first pitch is thrown. You learn more from one at-bat than hours of imagining what might happen. Life works the same way, whether it's starting a business, changing careers, leading a team. Very few people begin that with certainty. They begin by stepping into the batter's box because some lessons only become visible once you're moving. And number three, waiting is still a decision. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Waiting may feel like nothing is happening. However, waiting is a choice. Every day we postpone something important, we're deciding to live our lives exactly where they are. That doesn't mean every decision should be rushed. Preparation and planning matters, but preparation has a purpose. Just like the on-deck circle, you prepare there so you can step into the batter's box. The goal was never to stay in the circle. Preparation is valuable, but preparation never meant to be a permanent address, because you can spend your whole life getting ready for a life you never actually live. So here's something to consider this week. Ask yourself two questions. Where am I standing in the on-deck circle? And two, What's one swing I've been practicing but never taking? Maybe you've been waiting to make a phone call, waiting to apply for that position, waiting to start taking care of your health, waiting to pursue something you've talked about for years. Don't try to finish the journey today. Just step into the batter's box, make the call, send the email, schedule the appointment, take the walk. Momentum begins with movement. The game of baseball keeps moving whether the next hitter is ready or not. Life does too. The perfect moment rarely arrives. The perfect plan rarely exists. The people who build meaningful lives aren't the ones who waited until they felt completely ready. So let me leave you with one final question. When your life is over, do you want to remember all the practice swings or the times that you had the courage to step into the batter's box? The pitcher is waiting. The game is moving. The only question is whether you'll step in, because the wall was never time. The wall was believing tomorrow would make you ready.
This is outside the wall. Outside the wall.
I'm Dave Cast. Until next time, stay curious, live intentionally, take the next step, and remember, life changes outside the walls.